Hello, friends, and welcome to the happiest segment on Earth, where we talk about things that are within Disney and Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel. They're all under one.
Yeah.
It's one company that owns them all. So, what I want to talk about today, we just saw the release of Incredibles 2, which is, I loved it. It was a great Pixar film, but there is another Pixar film that I bet most of you haven't heard of before. It was announced, there's art of it, and then it was canceled. It's called Newt, and it was originally slated to be released in 2011. And there is actually a lot of art that was released of it.
Yeah.
I think we have some of them.
A ton of concept art.
So this, it's the story of two blue-footed newts that are the last of their kind, and they're supposed to mate with each other to continue the species, but they don't like each other. And they got, they didn't get
They ride
too
on the top
far.
of classic cars.
I think that's a jaguar. I don't know. I think you could tell by their shapes which one's the male one and which one's the female one, though I think they would both look kind of similar in reality.
It's true.
There's a lot of beautiful painting based on this movie that never came to pass. I don't know which one of the main characters that is. They were named Newt and Brooke,
Okay.
and they went on some kind of wacky adventure.
There's some
These seem to be
scientist types. Looks
yeah, two scientists who I think were working in the lab.
Let me
on
guess,
this.
did they fall in love
Oh,
too?
I don't know.
Ah!
Maybe they have different theories on how to get together.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, a
Comic
lot of
relief.
it. Yeah,
Chubby best friend, Newt, I guess.
voiced by Seth Rogen. And it's just, I think they got pretty far into design at least. Originally, it was going to be directed by Gary Rydstrom. I'm not sure who this character is. I think she might be the child of one of the scientists, or maybe a younger version of the female scientist.
Right.
I do
A
like that
flashback.
very articulated Einstein poster. in her
Yeah,
room.
it's great.
Yeah, she seems to be into watercolor and stealing an endangered animal. Aren't we all? So it was
Happens.
originally supposed to be the directorial debut of Gary Rydstrom, who worked on a lot of Pixar films. He has Academy Awards for sound, and he had directed a couple other short films from Pixar. And this was going to be his debut, but it was pretty troubled in production.
I think someone
Ed Catmull.
said it sucked, right?
Ed Catmull, who used to be the head of, or like a honcho over at Pixar, talked about this in later years. And he did say that most Pixar ideas suck as
Yeah.
elevator pitches.
There was quotes around that. He said suck.
Well, he said Ratatouille sucks as an idea because it's a rat who wants to cook. Up sucks as an idea because it's an old man who needs to fly his house to South America. But when they
Fair
come
enough.
out, when they become a film,
Right.
they're beautiful.
Yeah.
Pixar, these are some of Pixar's better films. Well, maybe not Ratatouille, in my opinion. You may disagree with me, though. But, so what they were doing with this is they were trying to develop it, and it was having problems. So they pushed the date to 2012, and
In
they...
2014, I think they kept pushing it, and then
Well, what happened was they had to take Gary off because it was just too trouble. They couldn't find, the special thing in it that takes it from a sucky elevator pitch to a great Pixar movie. It didn't quite have that step in the middle that the rest of them had. So he put Pete Docter on the project. Pete Docter was recently announced as one of the two replacements for John Lasseter, but he also directed Up. And he came to them and said, yeah, I'll do it, but check out this idea. And it was Inside Out. Everybody agreed that Inside Out was a better movie, and they moved forward with that. That is according to Ed Catmull, at least. And the rest is history. It was canceled. Brave was put in the 2012 slot instead. Inside Out became a very ambitious and big movie for Pixar, and very successful.
did really well.
And it led Pete
Also,
Docter.
kind of had brain spheres, if you think about it.
Brain spheres?
Memories.
What? Oh, like Westworld?
Yeah.
Going
Sorry, bring it back to
that one?
Westworld again.
No reveries, huh? Okay, so with this, it kind of just melted away after that. There were also a few other things that were rumored to be why Newt didn't work out. One, if you look at the plot description, this is from Disney's press release, What happens when the last remaining male and female blue-footed newts on the planet are forced together by science to save the species and they can't stand each other? That's the problem facing Newt and Brooke, heroes of Newt, the Pixar film. And it sounds a lot like Rio,
Right.
which came from Blue Sky, and it has, you know, similar looks to Rango, which also came out around the same time.
Right.
So it's theorized that's what happened. Ed Catmull basically said it wasn't working, and everybody liked Inside Out better, and they went with that instead. And it looks like they took about 5 years to fully develop Inside Out into a very big movie for Pixar.
Right.
Unfortunately, we may never see Newt. Those pictures may be all that is ever left of Newt. I don't know.
But if we got Coco instead of Newt, then happy ending for sure.
Yeah.
It is the happiest place.
Coco, another great Pixar
Because I'm obsessed
film
with Coco.
that we all love.
You loved the video. You will subscribe. You thought I was cool and charming.